absolutely getting time travel in season 3 of Westworld, and you can't convince me otherwise. I mean, you could, but it would be pretty hard. I'm pretty dead set on time travel in season 3. Okay, I might be in the minority, but I would actually love an entire show of Dolores just getting revenge on everybody that abused her when they went to the park. I mean, I get it, we've done tons of studies, and when humans are allowed to do whatever they want, they do some pretty sick, sadistic shit, so I get that it's just something that happens, but it doesn't make it right. So I would absolutely love, and I know we can't do that because Dolores has to do her whole, oh, I'm taking over the world thing, but I'd be down for a simple revenge show. So if you know any books that are like that, where an AI decides to get revenge on everyone that was sadistic to them, I'm sure there's a lot of sci-fi books like that. Let me know in the comment section down below, because I am completely on board. Ooh, what if Westworld made some spin-off novels and more hosts got out of the park and we get to read about them just traveling around the world and getting revenge on people that did the sickest shit to them? HBO, put out some novels. Do it. So I understand this next thing I'm going to say is going to cause a little bit of, I don't know, arguments. But, so Dolores has read the people that have been in the park's books, right? We saw her go where all the data was stored, so she can predict what they're going to do in the real world based off their behaviors in the park and when they're backed into a corner. I like, and I'm not sure about you, so I never liked, such as, Let's Go to Comics, where if you followed the second Civil War, it was basically a thing about, okay, we can predict when certain things are going to happen and crimes are done, so we're going to prematurely arrest those people or take them away. And there's one side that's for it and the other side that's against it. I'm personally against it, and that's why I like that Dolores knows. She says to him, I know you can't help yourself. I'm not going to hurt you unless you hurt me, but I know because I've read your book, you're going to try to hurt me. But she doesn't automatically hurt him or kill him because she knows what he's going to do. She gives him a chance to not, I would say, basically act on his programming as a human being, and she waits, but she still protects herself, knowing it's going to happen, but she waits for him to do it. And I like that. I feel like Dolores was way too much of a homicidal maniac in season 2. Loved her in season 1. Season 2, season 3, I'm still kind of half and half with her, but I like that she's not just executing. If you don't hurt me, I won't hurt you. But I know you're gonna hurt me. But even though I know that, I'm going to wait. I'm gonna give you a chance to be different, to break your loop, to break your programming. I also kind of worry, and I've been kind of obnoxious lately bringing up Game of Thrones and other TV shows, and I'm really sorry about doing that. I know that it's just a really gross thing to do. But, so we are cheering for Dolores. She killed the dude that ended up murdering his first wife, does sick shit, has an awful temper, and we applaud that, right? As an audience, we go, oh, Dolores is taking out the trash. At what point do we go, ooh, maybe girl, calm it down a little bit? It's kind of like Dany in Game of Thrones. We applaud her at first because she's breaking the chains and she was abused and sold into slavery, and just all of that, and oh, well, these men were gonna rape her, so her burning them alive, like, that's totally cool. At what point do you go, okay, that's enough, that's too much? And I kind of wonder if they're going to do that with Dolores, but in a much more gradual, better way, where you're, okay, she's in the real world, she is hurting people that hurt her, or people that only want to hurt her in the real world. And okay, that's self-defense. She's giving them a chance, but when does that change to, okay, Dolores, you need to stop? Which I guess brings me to the point of watching this first episode. I really wasn't rooting for Dolores in season 2. I was rooting for Maeve in season 2. I'm rooting for Maeve in season 3, of course. We know she's coming back, especially from the promo for the next episode. Dolores, I'm a little confused with this first episode because I half want her to control the world, if that's her goal of creating this new species, like she said to the wealthy temperamental guy in the beginning. I can't remember his name right now. Sorry. So she wants to create this new species of beings like her because they're superior, they're gods, as she said. What does she want to do from there? Does she want to eliminate the humans? Will she allow the humans to live that won't hurt them? Will she go, okay, humanity will always try to... Humanity has a bad track record of we don't get along with other species that compete for top billing, so we usually just fucking kill them off, historically. So would she know that from human programming, or would she give humans a chance? You're so powerful. She's saying it. Okay, we're gods, so why squish ants? Maybe the ants try to fucking bite you and swarm you, and you're like, okay, that's cute. Good for you. But I don't think that Dolores' thing is just to kill all of humanity, because like she told the guy's wife in the beginning when she goes, who are you? And I'm the person that set you free. So I think Dolores just wants to break the chains in society and maybe build a better world. And maybe that's where you have, okay, you're trying to build this better world and you're this superior being, new species, AI, whatnot. But at one point, are you just a psycho dictator deciding how everybody should live? Which I guess let's talk about Rehoboam, which is the machine that predicts and is analyzing data. Obviously, the thing we're seeing, the black circle, is the machine reading anomalies and divergences and trying to predict what's going to happen, because we were told Liam's dad created it and it could predict everything that's going to happen. They even said the machine already predicted what everyone is going to do. But that obviously isn't true, and the machine obviously doesn't know everything, because we even see it goes, okay, there was something a little off about this, we need to analyze this. Or this was a minor incursion, okay, maybe we need to go in there and look at that. So I feel like Dolores is throwing a wrench in its system because it didn't think something like her would happen. So this isn't an all-powerful machine that knows 100% what's going to happen all the time. I actually can't wait to find Serac, I think was said, the guy that is now currently controlling it. Poor Liam is basically just a spoiled rich kid who has no responsibility because he's not in control of the machine. His dad's partner locked him out of it, but I actually kind of liked him. I liked him and Dolores together, or Laura. Also, her little comment when the woman's like, you're not the usual type, where are you from? And Dolores is like, oh, you know, little town out west, off the beaten path. I'm like, I fucking love you. I also love when the other spoiled rich brat was talking about how, oh, we're all living in a simulation. And it's like Dolores just sitting there listening to a bunch of children just pull shit out of their ass, and you don't know what it's like to actually live in a simulation, and you should be happy that you are real. Again, fucking, I'm not arguing, philosophy majors. What's real and what's not? I did like her smug smile when Liam was talking about how he didn't think the board of directors being slaughtered in the park was a bad thing. I just feel like Liam and Dolores would get along very well, and I'm kind of sad that now she can't be with him anymore because of the whole, oh, you were pretending to be someone else. Oh my god, Liam's bodyguard, though, you know when Dolores told him we met on vacation, and he went, fuck you, and the look she gave him was, you know, you already did fuck me, and you did some other really terrible things, so yeah, I don't really feel bad about killing you. Imagine being Dolores, and the fact that she is such an intelligent AI, she can remember every face, the thousands of people that did heinous things to her, and she remembers them, and she's walking around in this world interacting with those people. Which, let's move on to Caleb. I'm a little disappointed in Caleb. I feel like he's the most generic character write-up you can have. Oh, he served in the armed forces and his buddy died and now he can't get a job and fucking outside of the armed forces and he's turning to crime, but he's doing it because he needs money to help his sick mom. You know, you can make us like characters that do criminal things or questionable things without dragging in the whole, oh, I'm just doing it for my dying mother shtick. I'm a little disappointed by that. I did like the Rico, though, with the C being the cent symbol and get paid bitches and all that. And I know we have certain areas in our world that have a rating system for citizens, and I feel like that's something that's going to happen maybe decades from now in some other first world countries. But I like their rating system in that world of you need a certain rating to be able to do jobs because they want to make sure you get the fucking job done. Why would I trust you if you have a score of 1? I know you can't be relied on to do this job. I want people I know are going to do it efficiently and effectively. I feel like, especially now that Caleb has found Dolores, that basically Caleb's going to be the thing that convinces Dolores, oh, humanity isn't all terrible, and a lot of us are just as enslaved as you are. It's the whatever top percent that make all the money and control everything, and the rest of us are just trying to live our fucking lives and just trying to survive. So I feel like that's the direction they're going with Caleb. So he is a pretty cliche, generic character so far. Played by a wonderful actor, don't get me wrong. Like, I think his character is well played. It's just, he's a fucking walking cliche. Lastly, let's talk about Bernard, that poor bastard. He gets blamed for the massacre at the park. He has to go outside into the real world. He doesn't have any resources, so he becomes a butcher, and he's meant to oppose Dolores. I know he's meeting up with some friends in the next episode or beyond, but I still feel really bad for him. He's been out in the world for 92 days, while Dolores is just fucking kicking ass with all her resources and power. I do think his remote switch is very interesting, kind of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde sort of thing. I'm interested to see more about that. I would bet because Westworld loves its twists when he asks, hey, it's been 92 days since I last talked to Dolores or had contact with her, would you lie to me? And it's like, no, of course not. It's probably lying to him. She is probably keeping tabs on him hardcore. Okay, I want to end on some random notes. Future swimsuits in Westworld are lit as fuck, and I love them, and I want them now. That boat that Liam owns, sexy as hell. I'm also a sailor, though. I'll drool over all kinds of boats. All of Dolores' outfits were awesome, but why did she wear that black dress and then go up the stairs and then pull it down so it was a gold gown? It just seemed unnecessary. Why not just wear that? I don't know. It looked cool, though. So there's that. Ooh, lastly, Dolores, I understand she's super strong, but this tiny ass actress with one hand dragging these full-grown men is just the funniest thing, and I love watching it. All right, those were my thoughts on the first episode of season 3 of Westworld. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think Dolores is planning exactly? How do you think Bernard is going to best her? Are you excited to see Maeve? And what huge twist do you think is going to be in season 3 that's just gonna blow our minds? Like, subscribe, and let me know in the comment section down below. Also, come back for more Westworld videos because I think this was a super fucking strong episode to start the season on, and I'm fucking pumped.